I think I messed up. I shouldn't have spent that. It was the last $5 I had in my wallet. Why did I do that? Why?
Lisa, is that you overreacting again?
Welcome back to The Worthless Show. This is a personal finance variety show where I try to teach you about money in ways that are a little more fun and more random than the rest of my other videos. My name is Lissa Lumutenga. I am the host of The Worthless Show, as well as an accredited financial counselor and a certified financial planner. Every episode of The Worthless Show has a theme, and today's theme, we're talking about rebuilding. The reason I chose this theme is because I know that when you first seek out financial literacy or learning more about how to manage your money and you look online, a lot of times you are going to see videos about how to build wealth, how to build a good money management system, how to build better money habits. And I think those are all great. In fact, most of my channel is about that. But what I don't see talked about enough is how to rebuild. How can you continue progress and continue to build wealth and rebuild wealth if you experience a setback? Whether that's a minor setback or a major setback. Whether that's a setback that's out of your control, getting laid off, an accident, an injury, an illness, or even those times where we are the problem, even the times where we are the ones who make financial decisions that kind of set us back. The fact is, these things happen in life. Life is rarely a train ride. It is usually a roller coaster. It has ups and downs. So I hope you know that if you can learn some solid foundational skills when it comes to money, you will not only be able to build wealth, but you'll also have the knowledge and the confidence to rebuild and to continue pushing forward if you ever experience a setback. So let's talk a few strategies you can incorporate for your finances. All right. Please bear with me. I was gonna do a whole whiteboard diagram for this, but I don't think we need it. So I'm just gonna use the notes on my phone. So these are strategies that are going to help you either prevent a financial setback or mitigate the damage. There are things you can do with your finances so that if and when a setback occurs, you're not going to be drowning in it. It's kind of like damage control before the damage even happens. Number one, if you have watched videos of mine before, this is not new to you. Have an emergency fund. Build an emergency fund. If you don't have an emergency fund, put money in it right now. Hit pause and take $50 out of your checking account, move it into a savings account, and let this be a savings account that you do not touch except for emergencies. What is an emergency? Emergencies are true emergencies. Loss of income, unexpected medical or unexpected family-related thing that you cannot prevent or predict. Any unexpected thing in life that happens that has a financial price tag on it, it's gonna suck, but it's gonna suck way less if you have a cushion of money there to support you during that time. Number two, having sufficient, all right, get excited here, insurance. I know, insurance is not that sexy. So insurance, as much as we hate paying for premiums and even having to get insurance, insurance is there to protect you financially. So whether that is medical insurance, auto insurance, home insurance, renter's insurance, in some cases pet insurance might even be worth it. These are financial products that are meant to give you peace of mind by reducing your risk. Most people will have medical insurance through their jobs. Most people have auto insurance if they have a car because it's required. But what I've known from clients is that most people don't understand how to read their insurance policies and don't know what their coverages are and what these numbers mean. Yes, these can be very confusing. While you should never rely on AI for making any major financial decisions, if you want to get educated to understand your insurance policy, download that policy, upload it to ChatGPT, and ask it to summarize it for you and have it explain it to you in layman's terms. In this world of technology, there's really no excuse to not get the education you need in the way that you need it, because AI can explain it to you in a voice, a language, a tone, a level that works for you. All right, moving on to the last little tip. Another strategy to prevent or mitigate a financial setback is, now that you understand your insurance policies, you want to save up money that would cover your deductibles for the year. Let's say you have a medical insurance policy through your employer. Let's say your deductible for the year is $500. This typically means that you have to spend up to $500 on various copays and medical expenses before your insurance coverage kicks in. So if you want to make sure you have the money to pay for expenses until your coverage hits, then make sure you save that deductible amount and tack it onto your emergency fund. Put it somewhere where you're not going to touch it, and let it just be an extra amount that you can tap into if you need for your medical deductible. This will help prevent you from dipping into your savings or taking on debt if life brings you unexpected setbacks. I hope that was helpful. Doesn't that feel reassuring to know that sometimes you can prevent a financial setback, or you can limit the hit that it has on your finances? So I hope you take those to heart. Nothing groundbreaking here, but they are things to think about if what you want is financial peace of mind. And I hope that's a goal that you want, because who doesn't want peace of mind? I would love more peace of mind. Let's go to the next segment, which is a quick interview with my friend Gabes, where she tells us a little bit about her first job. What is your name?
My name is Gabrielle Irion.
Where do you live?
I don't have a home right now. We are nomadic travelers working on the road.
Living the dream, basically. The big question, what was your first job?
My first job was one parent had a passion project to open a consignment furniture store. So I sold furniture on Saturdays. It was excruciatingly boring.
Do you remember how much you made at that job?
I think I made $30 a day, and I spent the first half of that on my way to work. I'd go to Target and get an Us magazine and a drink so that I'd have something to look at while I sat at the desk. So let's knock that down to probably $17 a day.
You already explained how you got into that job. Did you like the job?
No, I was forced to do it. I didn't like it. To this day, I still don't like it. I don't like the smell. I don't like the thoughts.
You hate furniture stores now?
Yeah, I could care less. I'll order everything online.
Would you ever go back to do this job again?
No, absolutely not.
What if you were paid twice
No.
what?
No.
What if you were paid 10 times what you make now?
10? I'm going to be honest. I think you can't do things that kill your soul. You can't.
What if it's temporarily?
Okay, how temporary?
Enough to collect money and then be out?
Yeah, I could do it for a week.
Shoot, 1 week, 10 times your pay? Why not?
Let's go.
Okay, what do you do now?
I teach fitness.
And where can people find you?
You can find me at Noah Method. It is a fitness platform to connect you to your body and help you find freedom in your body.
It's a great fitness program. I've tried it. You should try it too. Quick plug on my friend Gabes. Her and her husband Jeremy have a YouTube channel. If you love travel vlog content, you should definitely check them out. I'll drop the link in the description. Their channel is called The Wanderlost Way. They're basically nomads trying to find their new home. And to do so, they stay in different places, not just for a week or two. They actually move there, live there to explore the culture, see how they like it, meet new people, and do all the fun things. Now, back to the theme of rebuilding. Why did I include this clip? Well, most people end up getting jobs and careers that have nothing to do with their first job. Usually your first job, your second, third, fourth, They're experiments. They are there to help you decide if you like that thing, or sometimes they are literally just a stepping stone to make some money until the next phase of life. So I thought it was funny how much Gabes did not like her first job, and that's not a failure. That gives you information for the future. The very same thing happens in any aspect of your life and finances and career. If something doesn't work out, if you experience a setback, if you choose to leave and do something else, those things aren't failures. They give you information for that next chapter of your life. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you build a solid foundation and you have enough knowledge about money and finances, if you experience a setback, whether that's self-inflicted or something out of your control, you'll be able to continue building. You'll be able to rebuild. And rarely will you ever have to start from scratch all over again. Let's move on to the trivia portion of this episode. Let's see how many of these you get right. How many did you guys get right? Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, there's no prize here, but you do get a little dopamine hit every time you get a correct answer. So at least you have that. Now, when it comes to rebuilding, a lot of times in my life so far, I've seen this happen when something happens to someone's living situation. For example, a breakup, a divorce, getting into a fight with your roommates. Sometimes this can lead to making a tough decision to move out on your own or to move back with family. Now, I hope this is already normalized. It's 2026, guys. But just in case it's not, I want you to know that any decision you make is okay. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 40 something years old and you move back home with your parents. If you have that as an option, that is a good thing, right? That is part of your financial cushion. It might not be ideal, but not everyone has that. I've had situations where I've had to move out in an instant and figure out my life from there. And in more recent years, my best friend actually moved back in with family and is now thinking about her next steps. Check out this segment of Ask a Bestie. Today, Liz is going to be asking me a question. So go ahead, ask a bestie.
I am in a situation where I'm trying to figure out my living situation.
Okay.
For background, I'm currently living at home with my family. It's been a transitional year. I don't have any rent. It's great. But I'm starting to feel like I need to branch out. The challenge is there's a lot of variables going on. So financially right now, I can afford a nice apartment, but it will require like just some more mindfulness around my spending. Mm-hmm. But with my current job, I founded a company. We're kind of in this, again, startup transition phase. So within the next, let's say 6 months or so, my salary will significantly increase. So like my financial capacity will increase. Additionally, I have a rental property that I'm in the process of selling. It's not a for sure that it will go through, but I have a mortgage that I have to pay on that. So there's just a lot up in the air. And the challenge is I don't have anything that's like I have to move. And so I find myself in analysis paralysis of like, there are good things about being there. At the same time, sometimes I want my own space, but there's no big driver. And I keep getting stuck in this cycle of when do I do it? Where do I go?
Yeah.
And I need help.
So if you were my coaching client, I'd go a couple different directions with this. I know you mentioned there's a lot of pros and cons and things like that. Sometimes it's as easy as like folding a piece of paper in half and doing a pro side and a con side and looking at it. My friends had me do that once when I was deciding if I should break up with an ex. So it works. But so that's one part of it. I know that you have regular income, and another thing I know about Liz right now, she's studying for an exam. There's a lot that you have to like focus on right now. So in terms of like deciding when to move from a financial perspective, do you have an emergency fund in place?
I do. I prefer not to spend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some budgeting recently and figured out that I'll be fine like with my current income to afford like a place within the budget I've been looking at. I will need furniture.
Yeah.
So like there will be that outlay that I can either just like finance long term or I can pull from my emergency fund or my savings.
I agree with not pulling from the emergency fund. So maybe you give yourself a shorter time frame of delaying this move while you save up for the move itself without having to dip into your emergency fund. So that gives you one layer of, all right, I'm going to wait at least this amount of time. I personally, as your friend, think maybe before you take your exam, don't make any major changes because you got to just focus and you need all the time and energy for that, maybe. But that's primarily dependent on how much do you value the personal space that you will get for moving. Like, can you push it out a couple months, 6 months, or?
I think so. Like yeah, it's tough because, I love my family. There's a lot of pros to being there as well. And so it's not like this clear cut thing like, oh God, I gotta get out of there. Not at all.
Yeah.
But there are certainly moments, including when I'm studying sometimes, where I'm like, oh, nice to just have my own space.
I think I think you already know your answer. It's somewhere in the middle. It's not like next month tomorrow, but it's also not 9-12 months from now. It's somewhere in between. But if you need a guiding light in terms of the money, definitely think about just not touching your emergency fund. Anything else you're going to need for the move, save that up first, because you are in a position right now where you're able to save, right? Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to save up for the cost of my move. And around that timing is when I'll
because then
make
when
my
you
call.
actually do move, you won't have to save for the move anymore, and you will have an emergency fund in place, and that extra money that in your cash flow you can use towards investing and everything else for your next financial goal.
Or this luxury apartment I'm about to get.
Or the luxury apartment. All right, cool. Nice. Got it?
Got it.
All right.
Handled.
That was Ask a Bestie. I can't stress this enough. Having a good, close, trusted friend or partner or family member who you can talk to openly about money and big life decisions like this, that is gold. That doesn't mean you have to listen to everyone's advice, but having someone to bounce around ideas with can sometimes give you a perspective that you don't see because you're the one in it. So spoiler alert, this segment was actually filmed last year, so I already know the outcome. Liz did not take my exact input and advice. She actually moved into her own apartment a little bit sooner than what I suggested, I believe. And she loves it. She's happy. It was the right decision for her at that time, and I'm glad I could help her brainstorm the pros and cons around it. Now that I think about it, I don't know anyone in my life who hasn't had to rebuild, whether that's rebuild their career or their living situation or their finances. I feel like it's a part of life. We all end up running into situations where we have to pivot, we have to rebuild, and we have to start new chapters. If any of you are in the middle of rebuilding right now, just know I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. You got this. Hang in there. And as always, until next time, stay worthless.